Jalen, just yesterday we were talking about Kentucky being a young number one team, and you were talking about being in a young college basketball team with high expectations and what comes with that. Well, they're not going to be number one for long because last night they were beaten by the Evansville Purple Aces. Long live the Purple Aces of Evansville. Jalen, my question for you is this. If I'm John Calipari, I'm not too mad at this. I think getting upset early in the season like this can actually help you long term.
I think it helps long term. I have to give a shout out to somebody I played against in college and in the league. Former Kentucky assistant in my best Tommy Heinsohn voice, Walter McCarthy. He did a great job of having those guys ready. And for those Midwesterners like myself, Indiana and Kentucky have a basketball rivalry.
Yep.
Okay. And for somebody that lived in Indiana for 6 years, in 49 states, it's just basketball. It's everything in Indiana. You ride down the street, everybody has a basketball hoop. Same in Kentucky. So those kids that play for that team understand the magnitude of, wow, we're going against Kentucky, playing on the big stage. And, by the way, this wasn't like a buzzer beater type of win.
It was close.
They were winning the whole game.
Oh, yeah, and they're outplaying them the whole game and out hustling them the whole game.
It wasn't like, oh, they just had a big-time run and won the game. Like, they was beating them the whole game. So it was a terrific road win, and I want to give the Aces credit.
Here's the thing. What I love about that, sometimes you're playing the number one team in the country, and you might be a little scared. You know what I mean? But they're playing the number one team in the country. They saw it as an opportunity, and that's the difference. And big shout to Walter for getting them ready to play. Jalen, I felt bad for James Wiseman last night. There was so much focus on him. He became a national story. There was about court cases and eligibility and the NCAA and amateurism. And he played last night in a game on national TV on our air against two ranked teams. And at the start of the game, he got into foul trouble. So what ends up happening is he starts the game, looking offensive foul there, and then he gets a little foul trouble.
But that's a terrible call.
But he just didn't even score in the first half, and I started to be like, oh man, maybe all this pressure's getting to him. But he turned around the second half. He looked pretty good. Memphis did not win, but what did you think about Wiseman last night?
The one thing I could continue to state about Wiseman, how the University of Memphis and their head coach, Penny Hardaway, are doing the unthinkable, and that's thumbing their nose at the NCAA. Usually when somebody's under investigation, outwardly, you sit the player.
Yep.
They're doing the exact opposite. We're going to play him. Regardless of what you guys' findings are, we'll deal with that then. And as I think back at the landscape of collegiate basketball, a lot of times it happens in reverse, where UMass is under investigation and all of a sudden they take the banners down later.
Yep.
Or it happened to Cal at Memphis, and then you take the banners down later. They're concurrently doing it, understanding that if the findings happen, that these games are basically going to be ruled ineligible.
There was a restraining order, put out by a judge who happened to go to Memphis Law School, and there'll be a hearing soon about it, so we'll kind of definitively know whether he's going to play. But there was some thinking that maybe he shouldn't play. And my thing is you might not win in court, but when you play him and he plays like that and he shows that potential, you will win in the court of public opinion. Because that's the way the wind is blowing right now with the NCAA and eligibility and amateurism. The court of public opinion voice is so loud that if he is then deemed ineligible to play and we get to see this young man and understand what a great kid he is, you're going to lose that battle every time.
Correct. And also, for a Memphis team under Penny Hardaway in his second year with the squad that's trying to actually build a program to one of the elite ones in the country, you have to show your players that you're going to stick behind them 110%.
Yep.
And this move demonstrates that more than he could ever speak it.
And I think one thing that's important that people may not know is Wiseman isn't their only good recruit. They've got 5 top 100 recruits. Like, they're bringing in a full freshman class. Do you know anything about being on a freshman class with a bunch of high recruits? I mean, I'm not going to compare them to the Fab Five, but this is not a James Wiseman one recruit team. They also have one of those recruits by the name of Lester Quinones. Why does he stand out to me in the basketball court?
I'm rooting for this young man. And by the way, Penny's my guy, so I'm going to try to get him on the show. But I was watching their squad ball, and I was talking about the NCAA and how the rules were so unfair, and I couldn't help but notice those
Those shorts. I mean, there's so much thigh out there. I haven't seen that much thigh meat since last Thanksgiving.
And the music does match.
It really does.
Okay. If you haven't seen it, young people, just Google John Stockton shorts.
I know. Here's the thing.
I swear he missed the layup, like you said, because he couldn't flex. He couldn't stretch out.
He couldn't. Here's the thing, Lester. I know you're trying to be innovative. And Jalen Rose, you're someone who likes to be innovative with fashion. You're famous for wearing black socks that people probably clowned you for. You're famous for the big baggy shorts. Lester, let me go the other way. Maybe Lester's just doing what you did in a different way. We clown Lester now, but maybe everyone's gonna wear their shorts like this in the future.
No, they won't. No, they will not. Because once you fall down, the cameras are gonna be shooting all up under your shorts.
I'm very familiar with Lester's thigh meat at this point. I just want to say this is, we're gonna continue to track this as the season goes on. You know Lester saw us talking about him yesterday. You know he did. Do you think in his head he will ever just kind of let him go a little longer?
Here, Lester, here's how you shut us up. 30. That's all you gotta do.
30.
That's what you do for your critics. 30. We love you. We're rooting for Penny. We're rooting for Wiseman. It is all love. We got to get him on the show as well.
I'm gonna say something I'll regret. He scores 30. I'll wear some short shorts.
There we go on the show.
Yeah,
yes,
Lester.
I need you to score 30, Lester.
You score 30.
Give me
I'll
30,
wear some
Lester.
short shorts. You score 30, Lester. I will wear some short shorts
on the show.
Yeah, just for like the end of a segment. I ain't gonna do it for the whole show.
No, for the whole show.
I didn't shake anybody's hand. I said the terms. I said the terms. I don't see a handshake. This is being recorded. I said the terms. For just a short 10-second thing at the end of it.
No, for a segment. One segment.
For a segment.
For a segment. Segments are usually like 5 to 10
You know
minutes.
what, Lester? I'm rooting for you, my guy. I'm rooting for you.
Of course we are. We're giving him love
he's on the show every day.
And we root for him to score 30.
Everyone's talking about Wiseman. We covered his short shorts. We're going to cover Wiseman.
We're the only
be the number
people
one pick.
that's talking about him.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, highlights, and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.